Well, I think it's well known that Michael and I are first cousins. He and I had always been close, and it felt right to do something together, and the Adelaide Hills felt like the right place to do it.
I was born and bred in the Barossa, and then in '86 I headed off to the UK to study my Master of Wine. It was a big deal for me, and when I came back, I didn't want to go back into the family business, so I set up Shaw & Smith with Martin.
From day one, Shaw & Smith was all about, first of all, region. We made a decision very early that it would be Adelaide Hills and Adelaide Hills only.
I think to really understand a wine area, you actually have to visit it. It is wetter, it's colder, it's higher. That, to me, is what really makes this area stand out. The wines are modern Australia. They've got nothing to do with the wines of the past.
I think for me, the focus on the vineyard being the hero is as I get older and wiser, it becomes more evident.
All of Martin's experience of making wine in other parts of the world, came together here. For us, it's been understanding what varieties work best here, the understanding that certain varieties work better in the higher, cooler areas, some work better at lower altitude. The first wine that people ever saw from us was Sauvignon Blanc. And I think with that, it's unwooded, it's fresh, it's vibrant, it's strongly regional, and it has this sort of really classic kind of pink grapefruit character. It's fresh, it's lively, and that style has just been what we've done since day one. So Sauvignon Blanc might not be the most cerebral or the most intellectual wine that we make, but it's certainly one of the most delicious.
The exciting times for us in Chardonnay started in 2000. First vintage of M3, first vintage of the new winery, where we were able to whole bunch press cold grapes. All of a sudden they were wines that had a terrific ability to age.
I think Chardonnay is one of the very best and most successful varieties in this region, and they continue to get better.
Michael and I love drinking Pinot so much that we were really dedicated to have a crack and see what we could do with Pinot in the hills.
We've got mature vineyards, we've got everything's hand-picked, we've got the sorting tables, we've got new red wine cellar, and I think suddenly we're seeing the quality of Pinot's really improved. So I'm a big Pinot fan. I love it.
2002 was the first Shiraz vintage we made, and I think that the quality of the Shiraz, the style of the Shiraz, has improved phenomenally since then, and it's really exciting what we're seeing now, and I think there's a lot further to go.
Shiraz in the Hills for us was the unexpected variety, and I think in terms of red wine, Shiraz is the standout variety in this area.
One of the things that we're doing as Michael and I get older is we're introducing the best new talent we can, and so in the case of winemaking, Adam Wadowitz, who joined us in 2012, spends an awful lot of time in the vineyard, has a great feel for the interaction between the vineyard and what it will look like in the glass, and that's a pretty rare attribute.
Education has always been really important to Shaw & Smith. Right from the start, we always ran masterclasses, workshops. Some years ago, David Lemire, Master of Wine, joined us, and David shares that same passion for education.
When I joined, I'd known Michael particularly because I'd sold him a fair bit of wine and the MW connection, and I knew he had a pretty good taste in wine. I'd sold him some pretty good bottles over the years, back in my importing Negociants days. And but also for me, I'd been out consulting on my own, which was good fun and worked well. But to come into a team environment where you've got Michael, you've got Martin, you've got a really formidable team of people, and Adam came subsequent to that. It's good, but it's also pretty bloody tough because you've got to be on your game.
Michael and I do have a pretty unique relationship. It's been 27 years, and we have different strengths, and I think that there is no question that Shaw and Smith would be nowhere near the company it is if either of us was doing it on our own.